12 under par, but the shot of the day so far has to be from Elizabeth Zokul after a double at 13, Morgan. This at 14.
A 9-iron from 131 yards. And in.
Just even par across those two holes. From a 7 to a 1. Nelly Korda taking advantage, Morgan, at the par 5/8.
She had a fantastic back nine yesterday to vault to the top of the leaderboard in her title defense. This set up another birdie here at 8.
Yeah, that was to get 1 under on her day. So let's get you out to the 10th hole and check in with Gino Thitikul, who was our 18-hole leader, Morgan, but she struggled in what were some challenging conditions yesterday.
Definitely wasn't easy yesterday for the entire field, but 5 birdies so far on her card today.
Now here is Nelly Korda to climb within 1 at the par 5/8. And she does.
The 11th, so playing 150 yards today. Played 180 the first couple of days.
So you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Oh, Gino making it look easy, wonderful. So that's the back-to-back birdies coming off the double. Celine Boutier. Yeah, look at that touch. So Gino bounces back after the mistake at the 9th.
That birdie to get 9 under.
It's a good place to putt from. Pretty straight up the hill.
Nicely done. So she climbs within 2.
So Steph Kyriakou is short of the green. Not a great third there, Morgan.
Yes, it's just such a tough hole. I mean, less than a quarter of the field has hit the screen in regulation. Everybody, what a fight there for that par. About the wind when it comes to full swing, but kind of almost looked like she was a little blown over there on the putt. It's important to stay really steady.
Thank you, Tom. Let's get back out for 9th. This was Nelly Korda's 3rd a moment ago.
And she's going to be pitching into that upslope, and that took a lot of speed out of this shot. It is, and it just shows you how difficult it is if you're in that sort of front right bunker. Even when you're out of the bunker, it's difficult. But downhill putt, and what a putt.
Yeah.
Lydia Ko's moved her way up into a tie for 6th after rounds of 69 and 70 so far this week. She's 3 under on her day through 13 as we watch her tee off at 14.
Surprisingly, this has been a tough hole today. The wind really wreaking havoc there, the most exposed part of this property. Hole location today all the way on the back right of this green, tucked over a knob. Got a little bit unlucky there with that spin.
Half of the ball in the hole and half of the ball out. That would be my splitting. Good putt.
Yeah.
To extend her lead to 3.
Uphill to start, then downhill, breaking left.
Oh, that looked good. You see Avery McCreary. There are AJGA juniors paired with every group for both the 3rd and 4th rounds of the Mizuho Americas Open this weekend. So she's in for the par.
That's the bottom of the valley where this hole is sit right in today.
Can't capitalize. She's played this hole and won it over par this week. Will remain that way after tapping that one in. Missed the cut here at the Mizuho Americas Open last year and finished in a tie for 33rd in the inaugural.
To find the putting surface, this would go a long way.
Oh, she knew that early. Slipped out to the right-hand side. She was the only player in the field to go bogey-free. Together an impressive second round off 68. Now this is Boutier at the 12th.
Trying to flight her iron there. Something we're going to see a lot today with these windy conditions. It's definitely strong enough today where you have to consider that on the greens, as quick as they are and as slopey as the greens are as well here.
Especially in that area there, it's quite exposed. This is Andrea Lee, tee shot at 11. Right over the flag, gives herself a good look.
Trying to use the slope to bring it back a little bit. And
Yeah.
the wind. We talk about the wind.
Yeah.
I'd say it got a little assistance there.
Forecast had it gusting up to 28 miles an hour this afternoon. I think they were right. Kristen Gilman for a birdie gets her to 9 under par. What an important week this is.
To get this one to land on the green about 2 steps on and get it to release.
Yeah, you see that flag,
Gosh.
it's hard downwind. How good was that? Up at 12, this is Celine Boutier to get to double digits. This would put her one back of Thitikul, but it's a long look up the hill at the par 4. Not a problem for the Frenchwoman. She climbs to 10 under par.
You know, not too far from her hometown. Just
Right.
so many
She was-
emotions for her.
She was saying it's just 40 minutes away.
Depends on what time of day you go, right?
So that was Somi Lee tidying up her par to stay 8 under. We'll go to 13.
Here's a third shot for Gino.
We'll see if this conservative play paid off.
You can really feel the full force of it.
Oh, well done. It was a big birdie for Nelly.
Be quick.
That must have looked so good to her. And she will stay level par for this third round of the Mizuho Americas Open at Liberty National. Very special place to play. Gino for the birdie.
Guess it did pay off, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-3.
She's led, what, 4 of the 6 rounds that she's played here at the Mizuho Americas Open the last couple of years.
A slight bit of a downhill lie. Might be helpful to this back right hole location. The golf course is not the same that these players saw in round 1, that's for sure.
Well, in round 1, Gino Thitikul went round in 64 strokes. That was 9 worse yesterday with a 73, but I think today she nearly drains that long one for birdie. It's just proof of her talent, how she's bouncing back from what was a really difficult second round. She's 5 under par on her day today.
I think when you have a difficult round in those conditions like yesterday, you kind of shrug it off. It was a hard day for everybody. This putt breaking to her left here.
Oh, well done. And she needed something. She hasn't quite been able to get it going today. She was even par on her day, but that'll get her 1 under on the day.
It's kind of awkward because there's only 4 yards behind it. So you don't want to be overly aggressive.
Oh, that was a little. That'll be a tricky putt there.
Let's jump up to 14. This is Julia Lopez Ramirez for birdie to keep what is a very good week going.
A hard putt to read here, right down that fall line.
Beauty. She climbs to 9 under.
On this tee sheet today. Let's go to the 18th.
And find Rio Takeda's approach into the closing hole. This was just a moment ago from the rookie. Oh, and she holds it. An eagle, her 5th this year.
At the 15th, stayed 2 ahead. Well, the world number 2, the world number 1 in the mix.
Yelimi No just a moment ago with her second up by the green because the 16th is drivable today.
Tried to get under that a little bit, use some spin.
Oh, she holds it for eagle.
Yeah, coming up top 10 finish last week in Utah.
She has a backstop behind the hole if she wants to use that.
Little club twirl, I think she liked it.
Just so fast. What a quick shot. Well done, though.
At the 15th hole, Céline Boutier for a birdie. One of those players that had the correct side of the draw. If you look at the top 7 on the leaderboard, only one of them played in the morning yesterday. Boutier from long range has done that a couple of times this week.
This one is back downhill, but also into the wind.
He caught it towards the toe a little bit there. Looked like not quite a center strike. A narrow opening to that green, playing quite a bit over par, about 3.2 scoring average. Yes. Big momentum putt here.
Yeah, it was big from Andrea. She played her last 4 holes in 3 under par, so it's a good job not to give one back.
This becomes a much more athletic feel because you just have to look and react.
And you heard the roars, Karen. There's an appreciative crowd with this group. Here's Thitikul to climb out in front by 2 once again, and she does.
Let's go to 16.
Céline Boutier left it a bit short here at 16. Oh, but doesn't matter.
Tough holes, we try and get it up and down from this length. Remember that flag today on the back of the green. Small little section, they've cut the flag.
Shot.
Oh, yes, very well done. The ball there is Stephanie Kyriakou's, who hit a fantastic second shot.
With a shorter club like she has in her hand, but then the rough could potentially grab the hosel of the club and shut it down a little bit. So have to be really strong with your hands through that shot.
Yeah, has done it. So she's hit 12 of 17 greens, and she's 6 under par for the day.
I always like to take a little bit wider stance when you're putting in wind this strong. Another one putt. 10, Tom.
You're right, getting the kick off that slope was huge.
Good swing now.
Yeah, this is a good shot.
Looks like she's covering the ball really well today, especially on some of these into the wind shots. She even did it very well on that tee box. It's unusual that you would see those other golf balls, but that's the group behind that was waved up. That was Lily Peng's drive there. Playing this just left to right.
Trying, yeah. Missed the cut at the Amundi Evian Championship in July last year. Since then,
Drive, finding the green after a long downhill look for eagle. And she does it. What a putt. What a 2 from the fiery Spaniard. Up one more.
A little bit of a slider to the right.
Is it going to slide enough? Just leaves that one in the jaws.
Yes. Still a wonderful effort. It's been such a hard hole. Only 3 birdies all day on that 15th. Uphill to start all the way to the putting surface, then downhill, breaking to the right. Bobbled quite a few times there, going up the slope. But all in all, a good effort. It looks like she's aiming well left, trying to get some height here. Hit a cut. What a shot. That is one of the greatest shots you are ever going to see from that bunker. That was, wow. She was aiming open with her body to get the ball to fall to the right. That was spectacular.
Yeah, she got away with it now. Boutier to capitalize at 17, and she does.
Team member just really clutch with this club.
Oh, well done. Another birdie gets her up into that tie for third. Now at 17, Carlotta with her second.
Just trying to chip something in there to control the spin. In these conditions, Cara, that is just a special round of golf.
No, I think she's going to look to bump it into the bank. Oh, this could not be any better. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10 difficulty, 10 being the hardest, that was a 10. And just to even keep it on the green, just phenomenal.
I cut a lot to Saganda. That's just a little bit left for birdie. Yeah, never a doubt. She seems to have a bit of confidence. Who is the closest challenger to Thitikul right now? Titikul's posted that 65 and 14 under.
For a birdie for 4 straight closing birdies here. Yeah, with this wind being downwind today, this hole playing as one of the easiest on the golf course. Just about controlling the spin as we've seen so far today.
Look at that wind. How impressive is that? She stops that pin high. Well, she can't capitalize on this hole that so many are today. Arguably the mistake coming off the tee.
Fortunate, especially with her length, to not take advantage of that.
Ultimately feeling a bit more refreshed after her worst result of the season, which was still a tie for 24th. Just gives you an idea of her standards. Now that's Celine trying to join Thitikul. Couldn't quite get the birdie there, so she'll tap in for the par. Likely finish one back through 54 holes. Of course, there's still some players on the golf course.
Clearly feeling really confident with this club in her hand, this falling to her right.
Well, the approach deserved it. It was just spectacular. Okay. As we go back to 17 and quarter.
97 yards and lob wedge. Downwind. This looks pretty good, Cara.
It does indeed. Okay, up at 18. Carlotta Saganda for birdie. Oh, that looked good. It was an aggressive stroke. A little too much pace ultimately.
Yeah, she'll have a chance coming from back in the pack, just enough to still stay aggressive.
Tried to foster this mentorship program. She's really encouraged the professionals who are kind of buddied up with the juniors to play a practice round with them early in the week, to have a meal with them, be it breakfast or lunch in the clubhouse, and just,
yeah, to really focus on your start line.
oh, just not quite enough pace. As she holds it together pretty well from being in a share of the 36-hole lead overnight. She was tied with Nelly Korda and Somi Lee. And you can see she remains tied with Nelly Korda. And 2 back.
Soft.
Oh, we haven't seen many in that portion of the green. Good shot from Nelly.
We haven't seen anyone putt from this area of the green today, and it's been a tough one to read in general. Only 1 birdie all day on this hole.
Oh, not quite. So she'll be in the penultimate group tomorrow with Andrea Lee. And she'll begin 2 back of the lead, held by Gino Thitikul, seeking what would be a 3rd successful title defense of her career.